Okay, so we are talking about our point of view. If we have a tree and we have something behind it, Bella says we could have a blue sky and clouds, right? And then we could also have something on the tree, maybe a bird's nest. May says we could have a bush. Okay, does anybody have anything else that you want to add into the picture? Yes, Wesley. We'll do Wesley and then Francesca. And then we'll do Isabel too. Yeah.
A pond?
A pond. Ooh, good one. Thank you, Wesley. Okay. And Francesca, what do you think?
We could add the sun.
The sun. Yes, very good. Okay, let's get one more. Let's get Isabel.
Maybe we can like do any small animal we want.
Absolutely. I think that's a really good idea. Okay, so I'm going to make a little note here just so I don't forget of the different things that we are thinking we could add to our tree, right? So we have something on the tree, maybe a nest. We have our sky. Okay, we have a bush, a pond, maybe a small animal, and the sun. Okay, so I'm just writing these down in the corner so that I remember. So when we're talking about perspective, when we're looking at a picture with perspective, we're going to figure out where each of these objects are in the picture. If they're in front of the tree, if they're behind the tree, and we're going to try to put them in there in a way that the person who's looking at it will understand. Let me get one more from Isabel here. Yes, Isabel?
So do we have to do all of them or the ones we want?
That's a really good point. So I'm going to do all of them just so we can see, but you can choose which ones that you want, okay? So I'm gonna do all of them on my demonstration, but you can choose which objects you want to add into your picture because it's your picture and you can make choices about how you want your picture to look, okay? So let's see. So I'm gonna start with the nest. So if I want to see a nest in a tree, I'm probably gonna want that to be a little bit in front, right? Because if the nest is behind the tree, I wouldn't be able to see it from where I am. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that nest where I can see it on the tree. I'm gonna make it really small here because the nest is gonna be smaller than the tree. And maybe I'll even put some little eggs in there. I'm gonna get it really close so you can see. So I just made like a little semicircle. And then I had some rounded shapes sticking up. So it's kind of like you have some little eggs in there. If you wanted, you could do it with little birds. You could put little birds in there if you want to work really small on your tree, okay?
Maybe for the nest, you could maybe like put some twigs like where you drew the nest and then
Absolutely.
it would be like the nest.
I think that's a really good idea. So right here we have our shape and let's go ahead and add some twigs. So these are details. And twigs can look like little lines. I know this is really small, but I'm gonna get it very close there. Okay, so if you put some little lines into your nest, then it's gonna start to look like you have twigs in there, right? Those are your details on your nest, okay? And I know we got a lot of things to add into our image here. So remember, you don't have to draw it all, but we're gonna put all these things in so we can kind of talk about where things go in our picture. Okay, so if you want to add a nest, you're going to want to add it where you can see it, maybe in the branches or up in the leaves. The next thing we were talking about is the sky. So if you have colored pencils, you can do the sky by shading the area behind the tree with blue. Okay, so you could take blue and you can put it all the way behind your tree, but you don't want it to overlap, right? Because the tree is in front. So you're gonna want your blue to be behind, all the way around the shape, right? And then we would do different colors for the tree because the tree is in front. All right, and I'm gonna show you another way. Let's say that you don't have blue or you don't have colored pencils with you and you only have a pencil. What we could do is we could put some clouds. So then we could still draw them, right? So if we wanted to put some clouds, we could do big fluffy clouds, kind of like a storybook. Right? We could put some clouds in the sky. And when we put clouds in the sky, maybe a couple of them overlap the tree a little bit. Maybe there's another little cloud coming right behind the tree. All right, so we can put clouds and the sky is going to be our background. So that's further back in our picture. Okay, that's another thing that we can add. And all of these things that we're adding, they kind of tell a story. They tell a story. So now not only do we see a tree, but we know that the tree is outside. It's not in somebody's house, right? And we know that there's a nest in the tree. There might be some birdies living in there. All right, so we're starting to tell more of a story with our picture. I'm gonna look at our next item on our list. Ooh, it's a bush. All right, so if we have a bush that's also in our picture, the bush could be next to the tree, it could be in front of the tree, or it could be behind the tree. So why don't you decide where you wanna put your bush? I'm gonna do two. I'm gonna do one that's next to the tree, and then I'm gonna do one that's sitting behind the tree a little bit, okay? So let's say that we have one next to the tree, and I'm just gonna have it come up like this. Bushes can be all different shapes, but I'm gonna have this one just coming up along the side, and maybe you can even see the grass underneath it, right? But then I'm gonna do another one that's sitting behind the tree, just so we can see the difference. If there's one behind, maybe it'll just be peeking out. It's gonna overlap a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna take a second to take some questions and I'm just gonna leave this picture up here. Let's see, Bella, yes.
Is it okay if we use like our own details?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love for you guys to use your own details. Okay, so I'm giving you some ideas so we can talk about some things, but I really love for you to make it your own, add things that you wanna add, take out things you wanna take out. That's totally fine with me, okay? Okay, let's head over to, Francesca, did you have anything you wanted to ask? No? Okay, let's see. And then Isabel, yes?
Do we have to put the clouds in the background? Because I keep doing everything, but like before you even say it, like.
Oh, you are, that's okay. That's okay. You don't have to do it exactly like I'm doing it. I'm doing it so you have an example if you want to follow, but it's okay. You don't have to do it the same way. I just want us to start to think about what's in the front of our picture and what's in the back of our picture. That's all. Okay? Does that sound good, Isabel? Okay. Okay, does anybody else have any questions while we go through our picture here? Everybody feeling good? Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna take a look at our list and I'm gonna see what else we're gonna add into our pictures. So we went through, we added the tree, we put a nest in the tree, we have a sky, and then we also have a bush. Now a pond is really interesting, huh? Because a pond is usually kind of big. So we can decide, kind of like we did with the bush, we can decide if we want to put a pond in the front or if we want to put a pond in the back. I'm going to do it both ways so that you can see, but if you do want to add a pond in your picture, you can decide if you want it to be in the front of the tree or behind the tree. Now, if a pond is in front of the tree, usually when you're looking at it, you're going to be able to barely see it. It's right in front of you and it's going to be kind of more level. I'll show you what I mean by that. So if we have a tree and maybe there's a little pond, let's just pretend the pond's right here. Okay, and it would look just kind of like an oval, right? But when you're looking at it, you could probably see some grass. You could probably see a little bit of overlapping from the ground, right, onto the pond. So whenever I draw a pond, I usually add a little bit of grass around the pond if the pond is close to me. All right, and ponds are kind of tough. I know that oval shape is kind of tough, but if you make an oval and it's really long, it's a little bit longer than a regular oval where it's kind of short and rounded, this one will be spread out a little bit. And that would be a pond. Now, if you had a pond in the back, you could have a pond in the back still. Maybe you have a hill back here and maybe you could see the pond off in a distance, right? Maybe you could see it behind the tree. And if it's behind the tree, it's probably going to be a little bit smaller. It's far away. I know this is a lot of things to think about, but I just want us to start to think about where things are in the picture. So if it starts to feel confusing, don't worry. It'll all come together. We'll keep on touching on it as we go through the year. But we're just starting to think about where things are in the picture, how we're going to place things, what's in front of us and what's behind us. So if I did a pond behind, and I also did a pond in front, and you can choose. All right, does anybody have any questions about the pond? I know the pond's kind of a tough one. So they're kind of big. Y'all feeling okay? Okay. Ooh. Wow. Look at that. Nice. I like it. Thank you, Isabel. All right, so, oh my goodness, wow. Look at that, Francesca, beautiful, thank you. Okay, you guys, I'm going to look at the other things that we have in our picture, and I'm gonna think about where we're gonna put those too. So you can keep working on yours for a minute. We did our nest, we did the sky, we did the bush, and we also did the pond. So let's see where we're gonna put our small animal. So small animal could be anywhere, huh? It could be sitting on the floor, it could be climbing up the tree, it could be poking out from the tree. What was that, Isabel?
Or for room, you can put an alligator in the pond like I did.
You could, that's right.
Any animal.
Yep, you could. That's right, because an alligator's an animal and he could be in the pond. You're exactly right. Ooh, Bella, look at that. Beautiful. Wow, thank you, Bella. I love it. Very nice. Yes, let's go to Wyatt.
I'm all done already.
You're all done already? Wow, can I see it?
Ta-da!
Whoa. Oh my goodness, look at all those colors. Wow.
There's giraffe.
Yes.
There's a spaceship. There's a pond, and that's a wolf.
Oh my goodness, a giraffe, a spaceship, a pond, and a wolf. I love it. Thank you, Wyatt. Wow, that is so cool.
I hope I want to do another one.
I think
it's kind of fun.
Yeah, I think that would be great. I would love for you to do another one.
This one's going to be a little bit better than that one. I'll think about it.
Sounds good. Thank you. Okay, that sounds good.
I think that's going to take a little long.
Okay, so I'm going to do a couple more things in my picture before I get started. Does anybody else want to show me where you're at? Oh, doing good. Whoops. Wow, look at that, Annabelle. Whoa. Look at that. Cool. Thank you, Annabelle. Okay. And don't worry too, if you're working on your picture and you want to work on coloring or you want to work on the sky, you can work on that part too. You don't have to work on just the drawing part where we're making the shapes. Okay, so let's see, we had our nest, we had our sky, our bush, and we had our pond. And now our small animal, I think, let's see, we had the example of the alligator from Isabel. Thank you, Isabel. I think for me, I think maybe I will do a little chipmunk. So if I do a chipmunk, and I'm gonna make him a little bit bigger just so you guys can see, but maybe I'll have him just sitting over here on the floor. Whoops. And I have his little body, and with chipmunks, or squirrels even, maybe we'll do a squirrel. And with chipmunks or squirrels, the cool thing about them is they have those big bushy tails. So I'm gonna get a big tail in here so that you know what kind of animal it is. All right? So you can make a really simple shape, but if you make that tail that looks like a squirrel tail, it's kind of curled around at the end, then that'll help people to understand what kind of animal it is. So if I take that squirrel, I'm gonna have him kind of at the same space in my picture, kind of to the side of the tree. But if you wanted to put him up in the tree, you could put him in your branches, or you can put him over by the pond. All right, and remember, you don't have to add him if you don't want to, but if you do, just be careful where you're putting him. Where do you think that a squirrel would be in this picture? And I'm just gonna have mine right to the side of the tree. Let's see. Oh, wow, woohoo, there's a squirrel, I love it. Nice, thank you. Okay, now we are also gonna have a sun in our picture. Whoops, hang on just one second. Let's get Bella. Ooh, wow, we got some water in the pond now. Beautiful, Bella. Thank you. I love it. Thank you so much. Yes, Bella, you can unmute yourself.
I just want everybody to know that these squiggly lines at the bottom of the tree is its roots.
It's roots. Yay! That's so good. I love putting roots on the trees. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Bella. Let's see. So I'm going to go into my sun next. Does anybody else want to share before I move over to the sun? Okay, sounds good. Okay, so for the sun, we are looking for a sun in our tree. So when I go to put the sun, you can think about the sun is actually in different spots at different times of the day, huh? So if we are looking for the sun when it's going down, maybe if it's at sunset, then the sun would be a little bit lower, right? Maybe a little bit lower in the sky. But if this is the middle of the day when the sun's up really high, then we put the sun up high. So that's another little story we can tell in our picture when we decide where we're gonna put the sun. So I'm gonna decide for today, maybe it's the middle of the day, right about lunchtime, middle of the day. So the sun is way high up in the sky. So maybe I could even have it peeking from behind the clouds. And I know when the sun, we're not really supposed to look at the sun, but when we do, it's kind of fuzzy looking, right? It's really bright, but when we're drawing it, sometimes you can show the sun rays kind of peeking out of it. And that helps us to know the difference between the sun and the moon, because the sun's a little brighter, right? So if we have those little rays coming out, little rays of sun coming right out, we can start to see that it's a sun. So you can play with that, or you can just use a really bright yellow, and you can use that bright yellow to show that the sun is bright. All right, and lots of times when the sun is up high, we're showing that it's the middle of the day. So we have so much information we can show with our pictures. And you don't have to think of all of that every time that you're working on your picture, but you can start to think about it a little bit, what kind of story you're trying to tell with your pictures. All right. All right, so I'm gonna give you guys a couple more minutes to work on your drawing. Don't feel like you have to rush. You don't have to be finished today or anything, but I'm gonna give you a little bit more time to work on it. I'm gonna be quiet for a minute, maybe another 5 minutes or so. And while you guys are working on it, if you have something that you wanna ask me, you can unmute yourself and you can ask me a question. All right, but if you're feeling good, just working on your drawing, then just keep working on it, okay? All right. Yes, Bella, go ahead.
I finished mine.
Oh, wow, look at
I
that.
finished mine also.
You finished yours also? Cool. Let's see. So Bella, you got your pond, you got your sun, your sky, you have your nest and your tree. Wow, and you even put the grass in there. I love it. Thank you, Bella. Okay, let's see. Let's go over to Molly. And we have a person in there too. Look at that. And your squirrel
It's
is going
me.
up the tree too. Who is that?
That's me.
That's you. Yes, I like it. It's good to put yourself in
I
your
put the sun, I put the sky, I put 2 trees, I put a little nest.
nice.
I forgot to add one more thing to this tree, and I did the squirrel in the pond.
I see.
Okay.
Cool. That's so much storytelling in there, Molly. Cool. Okay, let's see. You don't have to be done yet. Don't worry, you don't have to rush. But if you would like to show me, I'll keep on going. I got Francesca, and then I'll have Wesley next.
I do a forest on with Christmas.
Oh, nice. Look at that. Wow, very cool. I like that you're working on green paper too. I like to work on different color papers too. Let's see. So we have Francesca, and then we're going over to Wesley. How are we doing, Wesley? All right. Whoa, you got a lot of information in there too. Wow. Oh my goodness, cool. So you're kind of looking at it, you have a couple of different things going on there, huh? Do you want to tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah. So this is a tree in a circle, this is a tree in a circle, and this is a tree house. And this is a tank, and it's attached to the habitat for the animals that go in it. So the animals can go in their habitat and also out.
Nice. Thank you, Wesley. Cool. You thought about that a lot. Thank you.
And then here's 2 ponds, and one of them has a fish in it.
All right, nice. Yeah, I see him. Thank you, Wesley. Cool. Thank you very much. Okay, let's see. Let's go over to Birdie. Whoa. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Wow. We have so much going on here. So let's see. Do you want to tell me a little bit about it, Birdie?
Yes. So that's me stuck on an island, and
Okay.
the cat, and that's the show. Those mountains and
What?
there's the sun. There's a tree like that with apples, tomatoes like that, and some raspberries on the bush,
Oh my goodness.
and a mouse like that eating a piece of cheese, and the cat like that,
Oh,
and 2
great.
fishes.
Wow.
Can you see that fish right there? And that fish right there? And that's a big shark.
Whoa. Thank you, Birdie. Wow, you have so much going on in your picture. I love it. Thank you for explaining it to us.
Something. And I forgot something.
Oh, you did?
There's a fish and water right there.
Okay.
Now I'm done.
All right. Thank you, Birdie. Wow, you guys are working really hard on these. Thank you so much for adding all your details. Let's see. Isabel, did you have something you wanted to show or? Nope. Oh, let's go back to Bella here. Whoa. Oh man, did you put apples in your tree?
I put
cherries.
Cherries, woohoo! Nom. I haven't seen, there's a lot of apple trees. I don't see as many cherry trees. Cool.
No, Olive has an apple tree, a cherry. Olive has a cherry tree at her house,
Oh,
but it's still growing. It doesn't have any cherries yet.
oh, I see. A young cherry tree. Nice. That's very cool. Thank you. All right, Bella. Let's see. Does anybody else have anything you want to show right now? You guys working? Yeah, Isabel, you thinking about it?
I don't know if you're really gonna see it, but I made my dog Kobe. I'm taking him on a little walk.
Nice.
And that's just all I made. I just made one more thing.
Cool. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go. Do you want to show me the other thing that you made, or that's the one more thing? You mean that you put your dog in there too?
Yeah.
Cool. I love it. Let's see. So I'm gonna go over to May, and then I think Francesca I wanted to show too. Wow, look at that, May. You followed directions really well. Look at that. And you have your pond behind in the hill. That turned out really nice, May. I can tell that your hill is in the back because the pond is smaller, right, in the back, and I can tell that it's in the background of your drawing. That's so great. I love it. Thank you, May.
And there's also a chipmunk eating a seed right here.
Nice.
A little nut.
Yeah, cool. That's so great. I love it. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go to Francesca and then I'm going to go over to Birdie. All right.
I drew Santa in the picture as well.
Santa?
Yeah.
Nice. I like it. Love a little impromptu visit from Santa. Let's see, Birdie?
Could I show you my dog, Blue?
Sure. Yes, you can. Oh, he's on the run. Hi, buddy. I don't know if he wants to be on camera today, Birdie. Well, I got to see him a little bit. He wants to go do something else, I think, Friday. I'm going to leave you on. If you want to get him, you can. I'm going to go check on Molly. Okay? All right. Yes, Molly.
What I added was I added a few peaches in there, a peach tree, and then my tree house.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
I don't have a peach tree in my yard. I don't have a bird nest in a tree, and I don't really see a squirrel often.
So you had to pull it from your mind, huh?
Uh-huh.
Cool. I like it. I always wanted to have a tree house. I never made a tree house when I was younger, but I always thought they were so cool. Okay, let's see. So we got Molly. Oh, look, Birdie, you got the doggy. Nice work. All right, so I'm gonna let us keep working for the rest of class. We have another 10 minutes or so here. So I'd love for you to keep working with me, but I also know that it's Friday. So if you feel like you need to leave the meeting and stretch your feet or get up and run around before your next class, that's okay with me too, okay? But I'm gonna stay on and let you guys keep working, and you guys can talk to me about what you're working on too, okay? Wyatt, yes.
I'm not done.
You're not done?
Dinner class time.
Whoa. What, can you tell me what that is there? It's kind of hard for me to see in the picture. What do you got going on there?
Yeah, get closer.
There we go. Oh man, is that your house?
Yeah, house, chimney,
Yeah.
rug. The blue thing on the floor is the rug.
That's
Santa
the
Claus up there with reindeer, and there's the tree, huh? And there's the tree, the Christmas tree, and there's a present. There's some windows,
Wow.
and
You know what? You did a really good job of putting your tree in perspective too, right in front of the house. I love it.
yeah, but I want to make another one. It's so much fun.
Yay, keep going then, Wyatt. Keep going. You can start another one if you want. Annabelle. Let's see, Annabelle. Oh, wow. You got your whole background colored and everything now. Whoa, can you tell me a little bit about it? What do we have in the front there?
So this is a house, but I don't need to draw a person. And I also don't need to draw the world.
Oh,
It's
wow.
a valley.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, wow. Cool. Thank you for taking all the time to color in your whole background there too, Annabelle. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Let's go over to Wesley. And Birdie, your doggy is too cute. I can't even take it. He's the sweetest. Let's see. So I'm gonna go to Wesley and then we'll check in with May here. All right. Whoops, you're muted there, Wesley. Let me get you.
Can I please leave the meeting?
Yes, you can. Thank you, Wesley. It was really good to see you. And I'll see you next week, okay?
Okay, bye.
Bye, Wesley. Thank you.
I also leave the meeting.
Bye.
Yes, you can. If you guys are all done and you want to leave the meeting, you can, okay?
Okay, bye.
Okay? Bye.
Could I leave the meeting?
Yes, you can. If you're ready to leave, you're welcome to leave. If you want to keep working on your own, you can. Or if you're done with your drawing, if you want to keep showing me and talking to me about it, though, you're welcome to stay.
My babysitter is asking, like, wait, what were you asking again? Are we done for the day? That's what my babysitter asked.
For my class, you are. For our class, you're done for the day. But check with your teacher, though, for your actual schedule,
Bye,
though.
bye, bye, bye. Bye, everybody.
Okay.
Bye,
All right.
teacher. Bye. Bye, everybody. I'm leaving.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes, Bella.
I just want to know, what's your name again?
Veronica. Veronica.
Okay. Bye, Veronica.
Thank you, Bella. Bye-bye. It's good to see you.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. Oh, wow, May, look at that. Whoa, we've added some more animals and we have a birdie with the nest. Whoa, oh my goodness, this is really great, May.
I added a wolf and a squirrel.
Wow. Very cool. I love it. You have such good perspective on all your animals too. The nest, to the bird, to the squirrel, to the wolf. That's really great. Do you like to draw the outdoors, like nature and animals? Yeah. Wow. That's really great, May. Thank you. And Annabelle, you're working super hard there too. Thank you guys for all your focus today. All right. Whoa, look at that. So you have it's two animals in the front, right? Whoops, you're muted there, Annabelle. Can you unmute yourself so I can hear you?
This is a wild wolf.
Oh, whoa. What made you think of
Well,
that?
I got it from the game that me and Daddy play. And it's called Zelda.
Oh.
Zelda.
Oh, I see.
Leak.
Yeah.
And Leak. So Minna Zelda. Because Zelda is a princess. This is Leak. Leak had turned into a wolf.
Oh.
It's
Wow.
Minna. And
Okay.
this is his.
Okay.
Which I
Wow, you
really
got a lot of story
love.
in there. Cool, Annabelle. Thank you.
For the luggage.
Oh, wow. Wow, you've been working super hard getting everything colored into. So you have all your color block behind. That's great, Annabelle. Thank you.
Bye.
I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, Annabelle.